Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. Just for some of you to know that I'm currently in Vancouver with Paulina, and that's what's a little different of the posting times than Europe. I'm currently in Canada, so guys, if there is a little time difference, I want to apologize about this there because you may be getting the reports a little bit late. But today we have a 2-year anniversary as we know each other through Facebook. All right. If you guys need to touch with me or touch with us, me or Paulina, you guys can check our website. It's Aqua Spirit United. And today I did a lot of research did some good things in there. There's gonna be some advanced stuff coming up, but that is a kind of like a tied up with the astrology report right now for you. You are gonna be seeing it about noon in there. The moon is gonna be squaring Lilith and the North Node. Usually that is at a time when you find this energy of the mean Lilith within you. When you are meanie, when you are, you should have acted differently. You should have walked more, act more ascended. You should have did the things in different ways. And now you're going to be finding the things that you need to work on it, and the things that you need to change for that energy at noon. Later on, at about 4 p.m., is going to be asking you to do it. So if you are currently at work, be mindful about that personal transformations that you need to do. It could be related to work issues. Don't allow those personalities to evolve to something else, because this is process that's going to happen during work. A lot of the things that's gonna come out, that's gonna come out, so you can be seeing it through the light. You seeing it as you see in the picture, you see the light through the clouds. You see the light from in there, but you see the darkness that it's come. And by seeing it, those two energies, you're gonna be wondering, what does it take of the birds to fly and to move from one place to another, to go future, to go to migrate, to go, to move, to be free, and to go forward within life. So put that thing in a perspective, because the moon, it's a feminine energies in there. It's your intuition. But if you're masculine, your intuition is gonna be coming up from the why to how. So with that energies of the how, you can resolve a lot of situations, which is gonna happen tomorrow. Let me explain why tomorrow. Tomorrow at this time, the moon, it's going to be together with Pluto. That's going to be kind of like an ignition of the things that the last situations you need to fix here. Okay? It's gonna giving you this kind of like a last portions. Yes, I need to understand this, I need to understand that, and so forth, and so forth from with this. So with that being said, here is your chart for this is a what 12 o'clock. I mean, when the ascendant is in there, it's gonna be squaring Lilith, and here it's the moon looking towards the north node, towards the brighter future. So with this energies before they come, what will happen during the beginning of the day? Beginning of the day, you're gonna be waking up with very good energies. The ascendant is gonna be with the sun. Proper wisdom, it's kind of like a finally I need to change something, realizing the change is needed. That will be a following energies from yesterday's in there. But since the moon is gathering the information, she's looking into the issues. You may gonna find a lot of things, a lot of situations, or something that needs to be straightened out. That will be you. But since you can't straighten things out, or you're gonna find something that it has to be in there, you're wondering what is it going on, because the moon, it is really squaring the north node. Usually when that happens in there, those kind of like situations triggers a lot of things. It's kind of like I don't see the way of life. I don't see the situations of life. But if you had the proper communication, trained yourself and learned in there, those things is going to be much, much better with you. Particularly that the midheaven is going to be at the end of Leo, between Leo and Virgo. A lot of wisdom is going to come out in the morning, as long you have the proper communications and understanding from within you. All right, 8 o'clock, the midheaven is going to be at Virgo. We already talked about this. Be mindful about all those duality energies in there. We're talking about Sag, Gemini, Pisces, and Virgo situations is in there, as the Venus is still opposing Jupiter, and Saturn and Neptune, they're both in Pisces. So we have Mercury and Venus at Sag. So expressions about friendshipness, about situations within the subconscious, and trying to put the emotions in a proper state. It's going to be a really kind of like a challenge, but that is going to come to tell you, hey, don't go to this duality, don't go through this doubt, as the midheaven is squaring Jupiter, is opposing Saturn, is basically what you know and how to act, and no doubts in there, but seeking it the proper energies ways. So basically you're going to be going into the authority. The authority is very well with Saturn. You're gaining the wisdom within you, but without the energies, you also, what happens is you have an trines with the moon. So proper energies of certain healing that needs to happen. And who's going to teach you on this? Okay, no better than the Virgos. Pay attention to what you have at those 4 zodiac signs. They're going to be showing you what is your weak side, but that's going to be showing you what is your strength, because they are duality. Those are the signs of the two extremes coexist from within. And this is why you have a doubt, because the two things coexisted at the same time from within yourself. All right, next hour, 9 o'clock, communications. Yes, we spoke about this. The midheaven is going to be at Libra currently. This situations about relationships within you, particularly that it opposing the North Node and Neptune, is going to be kind of like having a brain fog. I was doing a study today about the brain fog in there. Basically, when you are spiritually exhausted, when you have lack of sleep in there, you're mirroring neurons, which is important for your empathy, and so on and so on. They basically create this spiritual exhaustion, which is leading to this brain fog. So be mindful about those energies, because they are coming in to tell you it's time to take a break, get some sleep, get some food in there, and so forth. I did some very good study on that, and I was so happy to find it, so I can kind of like giving you this informations for you. All right, next hour, 10 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be very close to Venus. That's going to trigger these relationships in there, but the midheaven is going to be with Lilith. That squares the moon directly to the emotions in there. There is a divine energies with Saturn. You're learning that wisdom that it's going to come. It's kind of like a coming to learn, to tell you, hey, I'm the shadow, and I'm going to be pushing your buttons to trigger, because there is a work that needs to be done. I don't feel good. I don't act good. I didn't look at it great. Be mindful, because this is the 10th house. Usually that is something related to work for. And you may see it that some people, maybe they have a personal problem, and they are actually creating troubles at work, because they don't know how to handle themselves. They don't know how to handle the workflow. But it's the same thing is going to apply to you on a personal level, seeking at what this is, because that's going to tell you the points and the positions of what you need to improve from within yourself. Okay, and we're talking about, this is about improvement within the relationships. Those who work on it and work together in the relationships, those going to be the best benefits, because right now Mercury is in a very good positions, particularly about this, because Mercury is working with Mars and he is working also with the North Node. He knows how to get you there. Okay? All right. Next hour, that is going to be 11 o'clock. This is going to be the midheaven with the true Lilith. That is when the truth is going to be finding out, but that energy is squaring Mars and Pluto. So here is, in the previous hour, we are working more with the feminine energies. Now this hour, we are dealing with the masculine energies. Finding out what is the truth. Are you truly behavior in there? How you behave with this? Because that midheaven and the true Lilith, they are in divine energies with the North Node. Now, do you see that those divine energies, they're going to come out, they're going to be talking to you within the soul. Without positions, particularly that right now the ascendant is there, where the moon was there yesterday, you've been reminding about what you learned yesterday. Hopefully you learned there is some message that it come to you. There's some kind of like a divine energy that come to you to tell you the right things that needs to be happening for you, what you need to correct. And since today you got that information, you are wondering about what you need to correct within you. And here is, in the next hour, which is 12 o'clock, that is the hour of the authority. The midheaven is in divine energies from Chiron and Jupiter. That it's talking about this yacht right here. That is about the authority, the shadows and authority. But very beautiful energy here. Because the sun, it is right now with this beautiful trines with Saturn. He's in a beautiful sextile with the moon in the ascendant. And the moon is at sextile link with Saturn. The wisdom that's going to come within both. And this is why in the previous hours you had this, first the feminine, then you had the masculine looking at within the Lilith. And then you're getting to your authority. But at the same time, in the ascendant, you see the energy that is going to come into you. It's kind of like I see the problems coming. I have to fix this problem. I need to understand this. I need to work on that. You're going to feel pressurized from Lilith. That's going to be this red line up here and you're going to be looking at for that energies later on in the afternoon. And when that comes in, I will let you know. All right. Next hour, talking about tomorrow. So tomorrow the moon is going to be there. As the moon is going to be working on about all this beautiful, talking about this beautiful kite that it's there. But that is also a trine within the fire signs, which is including the North Node. So basically all the transformations that you're going to see it as you're going to be seeing it tomorrow. That's how it's going to be looking at tomorrow this time. Okay. The moon is going to be on a part with this, but she's going to, before that, she's going to be on trine with who? With the universe. Changes. The certain changes that has to be made. There is something that asking you to make changes in there. But those changes, what part of those changes they are going to be, you're going to be understanding it today so you can practice it tomorrow. As you see the conflicts right here that's rising up, and particularly with Pluto opposing Mars, now this thing is coming out and has to be addressed. All right, 2 o'clock, the energies just change all of a sudden. It's a lot of things that come out. You came out of this imbalance in there. It's like, oh my God, what is going on with me? A lot of pressure of the midheaven that it's going to be with Venus, that oppositions and those energies. If you guys hearing some noise, the guys are cleaning the leaves here. So I want to apologize for the noise, but there is not really much I can do about it. But pay attention into the energies within yourself, but also within the changes that you need to do. Because currently that ascendant is going to be showing you that too much Aquarius, too much changes, too fast changes, too premature changes, it might going to put you to a pitfall. So in the next hour, That's going to be at 3 o'clock. The midheaven, it's at Capricorn. Is basically said like the work. Here's the work. You need to go out to this North Node. Here is that new beginning for you. Here is that new energies there for you. But you need to work. And who's giving you these energies? Mars and Uranus. Very powerful yacht. If you have something within the first degrees of Capricorn, the last degrees of Sag, you're going to be feeling those energies. Okay? I mentioned to you yesterday, I'll mention you again. Go read the Sabian symbol for the last degrees of Sag and the first degrees of Capricorn. You're going to find something very important about the soul. We're talking about particularly about embodiment of the soul. So with that energies, he's going to show you the work that has to be done. Yeah, nobody likes the work. Nobody likes the situations, but that's how that goes. And what will be the work, though? Here's the work. It's Lilith. And healing that portions within you that creates those patterns, you to act meaningful, you to act avoidant, you to act of not desire to grow, to mature, to acting of selfish from within yourself, from your ego points within the relationship. Oh, but I don't like my partner. Would you ask the partner what doesn't like about you? Is the thing. Can you sit down and have honest conversations? Most of the people would just act because they think that the honest conversations is not going to take a place because of their own self. I don't want to have honest conversations because I cannot expose myself. I cannot be vulnerable. That is going to be the work. You to learn to be living on your truth, and out of that truth, what is going to come out? Because you've been living of not truthful, and since you're not truthful, you cannot be in a true relationship. You're living in a relationship within the shadow, which is Lilith. And this is why a lot of the relationships are failing. A lack of the truth within a relationship and acceptance of the other, but at the same time, working together to maintain the balance in the connection. That's what it's missing. That's what it is going to be the work. And that's going to be something related to the public. Why? Because we need to change. Okay, and the next hour, which is going to be at 5 p.m. Energies there, with the Pluto's been there and the transformations. If you would change, if you would transform ourselves in there, we are going to be able to transform in the relationship. Even the psychologist says that, the spiritual leaders, they say that, the religion says that, the old shaman says that, the universe says that. Guess what? Do you saying this to your own self? That is going to be a tough question, right? To answer to your own self. All right, next hour, are you going to be friendly within you, grow in the friendliness within yourself? The midheaven that is going to be at Aquarius is going to be trining the South Node and the Lilith for a little bit, and then at Jupiter with the Ascendant. You see, we talk about this friendliness towards yourself. When you're truth and you show, I got problems, I get this, I got this, but I'm working on it. I know you have problem with this, and I know you're working on it. Let me see what you can help me. Let me see what I can help you. How that is, right? That is the power of this energies. But if you have issues that like, oh, I cannot be friendly, oh, I cannot be doing this, Venus opposing Jupiter is going to create all that problem, and here comes your brain fog. Because guess what? You're suppressing the true light from within you towards the expressions within others, which is that what Venus is at Sag. Okay, your expressions. This is why the people writing poems, I miss you, I love you, you are everything for me, and so on and so on. This is why the sculptures, they create this body of expressions in there. Okay, this is why the people make movies, write books, poems, music. All right, next hour, that's going to be at 7 p.m. Divine energies towards Mercury. Yeah, the family has to have a divine talk. Okay, first comes in divine, second comes in family, the third comes business. You screw up those priorities, those screwed up. You put the business up front, guess what? The family is going to be having situations because the stress of the business passing to the family. The family is going to be creating different values, and it's going to be put the spirituality on the bottom line. And then, guess what? You're not doing the proper way, because if you are doing with the spirit controlling everything, you put that spirit within a family, and the family understand everybody else's business. Now the things is going to begin to work in order. Okay, so with this energies, the lessons that is going to be needed to learn, and this is why the ascendant is squaring the north node. Cannot continue going the same old way. Where is the spirit in the family? Who is responsible? You, your partner, everyone. Well, you don't like that, right? Well, the midheaven is going to be with Saturn at 8 p.m. Divine energies towards that Lilith, that meaning part, that mean situations in there. Are you mean towards family members? Are you mean towards you? Are you mean, or you've been mean from family members towards yourself? And now you kept that energies in there with you. Now the ascendant is opposing the moon. The moon is squaring Chiron. The moon is squaring Lilith, and all these things coming out into the surface, right? It's 8 p.m. You probably talk, you get all these situations out, but there is a divine lessons within this. Okay, Lilith was officially first created with Adam to be his wife, but she turned out to be a completely different. So she abandoned Adam, and then Adam was crying to God, "Hey, I need a wife." And God created Eve from his, because he wanted, I want somebody to be like me. So that's what it is. You wish my command. The universe makes it in there. But there's going to be some time that really also Adam has to look at it into himself. What was that energy within him that he was meant towards Lilith? To Lilith to react in there. So there is so much within this mean energies for it. You guys know what is all about with this, but the wisdom is going to be learned and gained. All right, it's 9 o'clock. The ascendant is with Mars, and towards Pluto, the energies is a little bit more organized, more better in there for it. Can you help give clarity on how to tap into your intuition? Nance pants. Sure, I can give you some this. Let me just finish a little bit with the report, and I will answer your question in there for. So within this moment, and there is about the both Mars, we're talking about Pluto, we are talking about Mercury. They're all looking at this new beginning. Okay, they're all looking at this new beginning in there, and that new beginning is you to be reborn. Okay, that is it when your soul finally comes out and it says like enough is enough. You screw up so much your life because you worked from the ego base, you work from religious culture, and so on and so on. When are you going to be listening to me? And that is what everyone looking at for these new energies. And since those new energies is going to come out tomorrow, that confrontations between Mars and Pluto is going to be coming out. Okay, this is not going to be the very first time. Those things, they're not coming out all of a sudden. It's going to be breaking on the fractions, taking out in the pieces. You don't take old patterns all of a sudden, you changed. That doesn't happen. Okay, you don't take old habits and throw them out of the window of the 20th floor. You grab them by the hand, you go in through the stairs, and little by little, you let it down and you let it go. Okay, that's how it goes, piece by piece. All right, 10 o'clock energies in there. The ascendant is going to be at Leo for midheaven is going to be with Chiron. And now this is about those healing patterns with Lilith. This meaning, why you are mean towards people, why you are cold towards people, why you don't like certain people. Because there is something inside of you that you don't like. You cannot resonate with this. So you're seeing other patterns of how and from where you learned this disliking it. Who told you? What told you? Is that was it good for you? Because if you have that same energies within you and you put it into the relationships that you are, is that good for you and the relationship that you have and the person you have in a relationship with you? Now, these realizations is going to be really dive deep within you. They're just going to, you're not going to like it, but it is what it is. It's deep soul surgery. All right, and at 11 o'clock, the divine energy is going to come in towards the moon from the ascendant. You see that the divine is going to come in. It says like, hey, you got to be friends with your own demons. So that's how you're going to become friends, but you also, they're going to be turning to your bodyguards. Okay, you're basically using that energies to understand the inner work that you need to do. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be avoidant. You don't have to. You just have to be truthfully honest, vulnerable, courageous, and going forward within life to reaching that positions about the material situations. So yeah, and Nance, your reports help me develop patience, knowing things are getting better little by little. Soul surgery, exactly. So to go back to the question in there, can you help give clarity on how to tap into your intuition? First of all, where is your intuition? Your intuition in astrology, in the chart, that is a developed within your, where is your moon is, okay? Whereas the moon falls up in your chart, particularly what house and what zodiac sign in there. Another place where you're always going to be looking at for, that is going to be the ascendant. But tapping into the intuitions in there, it is more connecting from personal experience, self-development. Particularly, we're talking about the development of mirroring neurons. If you are kind of like a look at within yourself, the level of the mirroring neurons in there, there's going to be showing you your level of empathy, understanding, knowledge, and also put the logic in perspective to give you the solutions for the problems. So basically, the intuition is guiding you. The feminine intuition is about why, the reasoning. Okay, the feminine intuition, it's more as a volume. Okay, you gotta have a big why. While the masculine intuition, it's more powerful. She is actually the solution. When you find a solution, then the solution, when it comes in to you, you get this masculine energies to act, to react in there, and that's how that intuition is. So the clarity of the intuition in there, it's more related to the mother, to the family issues in there, while the intuition that's going to comes in as a problem solving, it's going to come more towards the father, which is going to represent your relationship with the son. And looking at in your own chart, the correlations between the two can't kind of like providing you things in there. If you have a lack of understanding or listen your intuition, check out your ego in there, or lack of personal growth in there, because the intuition works with the base of informations that is been experienced through life and what is known. If you read something and you're accepting as a truth through other person, that necessarily means that this is true to you, and I have to apply it. And this is why sometimes people cannot get the truth. But in the physical realm, the intuition is leading into the firing of the mirroring neurons in the memory, isn't there? Because it's detecting within the psychology, is detecting within physiology within yourself and so forth from that standpoint. Okay, so if you have any other questions, you may ask now for it. But that's how it is. If you need a personal assistant or a personal chart, you can connect to me. Go to the aquaspiritunited.com. There is a astrology tab. You can click there. You can connect directly to me, my email, or there is a contact form. You can either connect through the United at Aquaspirit, that's the general email for everybody. But particularly for astrology, that it's going to be a dio at aquaspiritunited.com. So that's about it. Yes, that makes sense. I think I've need my chart mapped for some time in the near future. I will reach out. You're most welcome. Some of the people know how I work and what that is, and if you reach out, we'll try to get you to respond and timely wise for you. And that's what it is. And wishing you good luck on the day. I wish you a very good timing within yourself. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to what it's harder, because the harder moments gonna be showing you where you need to work more for. Maybe one more question. Finding your own path. It is the feeling, logical and physical. Finding in your own path, and astrology-wise, to it in there. I'm waiting to do some official settlements in there so I can teach astrology that I know. But finding in your path is usually connecting with the North Node. Where is the North Node in your chart? In order to understand yourself in there, particularly we're talking about this, see, in order you to be born at a certain time, in place, with a certain energy, the energy of the soul and the soul missions that you have in there, it has to be in the same vibrational match on Earth. So your soul can travel in there to it, and you are getting reborn. That's how the energy is transferring from spiritual to a material level. Basically, the spiritual and the material existence, they have absolutely the same match. And this is how through the quantum leap, you're actually entering the body. So it's crucial to know the time when you are born and the place where you are born. From that point, the astrologers, they see what is your abilities, what are the capabilities in there. Back in the days, we're talking about particularly about Sumerian and Egyptian astrology. They were looking at the person, what he came here for, what he's been gonna be good, and they enhanced that. Okay. They were looking into the stars in there. The Sumerians, by the way, they started the astrology. Back in the days, they were having this circle clays, and they can look at the stars, and they can make maps in there. And that was also a language back in Egypt, which is that was an administrative language. If you don't know what they're talking about it, you're reading a totally different story. So was a lot of going on, because the average astrology, the classic astrology talks about this, but the Asto-Gravitational astrology is completely different story. It looks about the gravity that it's reflecting within your psyche, within your soul, within your relationships, and gives you better understanding for yourself. Okay, so that's what it is, your North Node and how it's related into that, because that is the missions that you want to go. And since we are reading the current energies, that's what it is. because we are going to be going into a work within the subconscious as the North Node is going to be shifting into Pisces. Okay, that is going to be, and then in about 2 years we're going to be having the North Node at Aquarius. That is going to be really things. It's going to be cranked that up, because we have to purge on the subconscious in the next 2 years of what it was developed. So there's going to be some interesting stuff coming up. Yeah, it's a very interesting in there, but it takes a time for it. As this astrology, Asto-Gravitational astrology I'm developing right now, it is a very powerful when you understanding the thing. So thank you, Nuts. And thank you, guys. Thank you for all of you and come back tomorrow. We're going to be talking about what the day will bring. But pay attention at 4 o'clock p.m., guys. This is going to be helping you out later on, you to have a better afternoon conversations and navigating within the journey. All right, guys. Much love to you. I will see you next time.